So normally in business, you expect a constant supply chain. Just the periods in the business when you expect as a business, you expect to have that constant supply of your goods. Now, when your goods are not moving, you get worried. You re-strategize on what to do next, and this is one of those situations in terms of a production when you have a running business like this one. So this is one of those situations where you have a lot of supply. The production is at the highest levels. The quality is good. Look at these eggs, guys. Big these are big. They fit correctly in that tray section right there. So the production is good, but the supply, the demand, guys, is very low at this particular time. It's a bit low. It started off just mid-October, and it's been going on. I don't know what's happening. Probably people don't have much money to spend at this particular time. There's a minimal money supply at this point in the market. So the demand for goods is actually affected, and I know this because most of these eggs were moving. Weekly. I will receive calls. Just 2 months ago, I will be receiving calls every now and then. Many times in a week. I didn't have this stockpile of eggs, guys, just 2 months ago. But after that, I don't know what happened, and there's just the supply. The demand went down. The demand went drastically down. So this is one of those situations, guys. So in this video, guys, I'll be showing you ways of making money other than eggs. Ways of making money. 3 ways in which you can make money from poultry farming. So number one, obviously, it's the eggs, guys. Obviously, you produce eggs. That is the primary source of income for poultry farming or poultry farmers or poultry business. That is the primary source of income, eggs. So these are eggs, guys, and you sell them depending on the market demands. Depending on the demand of the market, if the demand is very high, you up your price. You scale up. If the demand is very low, and then you have to reduce the price. So that's just business, guys. That's just business. Now it doesn't apply necessarily for eggs, but for all other goods, guys, for all other goods produced out there. So the sales depend on the demand for those particular goods. So right now the demand is very low, and it's one of the ways you can make money from it's a primary way to make money from eggs or from poultry business. Now number two, obviously the manure. That is the manure, guys. Although it doesn't have that much, it depends on the scale in which you have it. The manure, it's very lucrative source of income for a poultry farmer or a poultry business, because chickens poop a lot. They poop every day because they consume a lot of stuff, and they mix that manure very well. That sawdust, if you are using if you are not now, if you're using both battery cage system and the deep litter system, you'll find that you obviously will end up with manure. And manure is very, guys, very what's the word I'm looking for? It has a lot of nutrients in it needed for plants, mainly nitrogen, which is the main source for plant materials. So it has a lot of nitrogen, in that case ammonia, in that case. So that's a major source for plants to grow, and they need a lot of it. So that's another source for you to make money from poultry business. Now, just to make sure that you collect the manure in the right way, that is one of the ways to go about it. So make sure you collect it regularly, so that it doesn't smell. The smell doesn't increase in the house or in the coop that you're keeping the chickens. So the sawdust, guys, as you can see from this one, you collected this a week ago, and I've already sold it. I've already gotten the market for it. So because it's a planting season, and people are actually planting in the next 2 months, so some are stocking the manure for planting, and most of this is actually used to plant these veggies. So if you are into that, this is definitely another source to make money from it. And then finally, this is the third one, and this is more of a final thing in this business. If you are doing this for a longer period of time, you expect that at the end of the period, when your chickens are done laying, that is between maybe 18 to 20 months of laying for the Isa Brown type of breed, you will expect that the production goes down, and then that period reaches when the business is not that profitable. Therefore, you have to sell it. So you have to end the production for that particular period. Now that's usually it's around 18 or rather 16 to 8 to 20 months. So that's closer to around 2 years, of laying. So when your chickens reaches that particular time when they're not that profitable, the difference between revenues and cost of production is not that, is very minimal. You will have to end the business, guys. So you have what you call the X layers. The chickens that are done laying, most of them actually find that they're not laying. When the production drops below 50%, you'll find that it's not a very profitable business at that particular time, and therefore you will have to end the business. Therefore, you flood them. You flood the X layers, and they fetch a very good price if you sell them in bulk at that particular time. So you have to look for that guy who's ready to buy all of them. I'm told that they are very nutritious. Because and it's true because I've tested some of them, although I was consuming the ones that died. So they're very nutritious, by the way. They're very tasty. They're very tasty meat due to the kind of the feeds we give them, and they're very tasty. And you make sure that you get this in bulk, somebody to buy them in bulk. Otherwise, you don't want to be selling them in batches, because if you sell them in batches, it means you'll be spending money to feed them the following day, the following 2 weeks. You don't want to do that. So make sure you sell them in bulk at once. You see, so you get a guy that collects the chickens at once, and then you are done. You get paid. You're done with that business. So like that. Otherwise, if you sell them in batches, maybe 10, 20, 30 per day, no, you'll end up making a loss, because you actually continue feeding these chickens. And remember, most of them are not laying at that particular time. They're just feeding, and they're eating into your profits. So those are the three major ways to make money from this business.